Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Final Fantasy X, and I am Ku52, and this is episode 2. So, in the last episode, we met Titus, our main character, and he had had an incredibly shitty day. His hometown got attacked by some sort of sea monster thing, and he got sucked up and spat out in this temple, and he got kidnapped by these weird folks, and now we ended at a cliffhanger, which is why I'm in the save menu, where he got swept off the boat and everybody just kind of watched. Anyway, let's find out what happens. Lisa's pretty.
Riku!
No. Oops. That was kind of rude.
Blitzball!
Hooray.
Hey, you okay?
A lot of people don't like Titus.
Hey!
I'll wait for the cutscene. I don't think physics works like that, but whatever, it's a Final Fantasy game. Okay, as I was saying, a lot of people don't like Titus. I could see that. They think he's kind of stupid and obnoxious. To me, he's kind of refreshingly upbeat after, if you've playing Final Fantasy 7 and 8, and even 6 to some extent. The characters are kind of like all depressed and stuff because the world's kind of sucks. But Titus seems to just kind of take all this shit in stride. He's just like, oh yay, Blitzball. He's very, very much like a golden retriever type thing, more than stupid. Anyway, if you're playing along at home, take this little detour that I did and come grab this item called the Moon Crest. Just do it. You might regret not getting it later. Let's just say it that way. Anyway, let's go talk to these folks. Why, hello.
Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time?
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
Yeah, I can see him being pretty psyched. Finally, people are starting to be nice to him. And not, like, force him into indentured labor. Look at that, they're impressed.
You know
I'd be
Amateur.
impressed.
Who you play for?
The Xanarkanabes.
Riku literally just got done
What
telling
did
you
you
stop
say again?
mentioning Xanarkand.
I meant, forget that. I got too, close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So, I don't know where this place is. Or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you, but you're still alive. Praise be to Yevon. All right, back to practice. I'm Waka, coach and captain of the Besaid Aurochs, brother. What, you hungry? Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
See? Finally people are being nice to him. So Titus may not be the most book-smart kid on the planet, but he's smart enough to realize that he could get some mileage out of that sin toxin thing. He's like, I wouldn't say street smart,
Waka,
maybe
so
more like
I just had to
emotional.
ask.
I don't know. Not even emotional smart. Just
It's true.
I don't know what
Xanarkand
kind
was
of smart.
destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago. So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the Machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the Machina cities. And Xanarkand along with them. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me, though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Xanarkand Apes, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying the team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better, maybe.
Okay, so you see, it's kind of refreshing. He's not like a Debbie Downer. He's just like, yeah, we're gonna look at the bright side of life. This will be cool to just kind of hang out on the beach with these dudes for a little bit until I figure out how to get back home. I literally just saved, so we're fine.
Hey, it's this way.
Okay, so let's follow Waka this way.
Huh?
Nah.
That's a dick move.
What's the big idea?
Anyway, we gotta swim through this little lagoon just because, I don't know, reasons. It's a pretty lagoon. And I really like the soundtrack. The Besaid theme, both this version, which is the new version, and the original are really, really cool. I enjoy them a lot. Anyways, you could have guessed, Waka is a member of our party. For reasons. His weapon is a blitz ball, like an actual literal blitz ball. And he just bops them with a ball. And that works for reasons. It's a Final Fantasy game. We're just gonna roll with it. Just gonna roll with it. Anyway, while we're just kind of swimming around, ooh, Trest. Let's talk a little bit about the HD remaster specifically. So the environments and stuff look pretty good. The character models are a little hit and miss. And I think it's probably Titus's in particular is not great. Let me get out of this. So I think it's probably because we see his model the most that I get like nitpicky. And it's not like the clothes and stuff look okay. Something is off with this kid's eyes. Like, oh, we can't see. And I think it has to do with the coloring they chose. So if you want to take a minute and kind of go back to that cutscene we just saw with Waka, with him just chit-chatting, his eyes are like his eyes are always blue, but in some scenes they have chosen, like, it's not consistent, like it's like an unnatural bright blue in some cutscenes, and in some places it's like a more, you might be able to find it in nature blue. And the unnatural blue just makes it look like someone put googly eyes on him. It's just so weird looking.
Got a favor to ask you.
Waka's is
You
kind
want
of
me
like
on your
that
team, right?
too. Let's see if we get like a close-up so I could kind of point this out. So
A major blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be
when
there.
they
It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then you can go back to your old team, right?
so when they did
It'll
the
be
HD
fun.
remaster,
What do you say?
it's
huh?
probably better if
Come
I wait.
on, come on.
See there, his eyes don't look that bad. Like they,
Sure thing.
like that shade of blue is a blue that you might be able to find on someone,
Dude, our
Out
team is gonna rock,
in the world.
eh?
but it's the eyes just
I
look
thought then that
way
Blitzball
too
and Sin were
intense.
the only
Like
two things that Spira and Xanarkand had in common.
I don't know. I'll wait for this to shut up.
I wasn't too far off either.
No, there's another cutscene. I'll get a
This is
moment to
where I
complain
was
about the
born.
character
I
models in a
started
minute.
Blitz when I was 5. I joined
getting
the
character
Aurochs at
development
13,
now.
10 years ago. 10 years. And we never won a game. Well,
Well,
after
damn.
last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right.
Am I allowed to complain yet?
So,
No,
after
still
quitting,
in the
I got
cutscene.
this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
Sick burn.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
So, you want to win the next tournament? Go out with a bang. So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. Long as we play our best. If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a blitzball tournament, you play to win.
No shit.
Victory. You're serious?
Anyway, so let me complain about the character models for a minute. So, the eyes are one thing that just look, especially on Titus and Waka to some extent. The eyes, because they chose, because when they did the HD remaster, just in general, all of the colors became way more saturated than they were in the PS2 version. So, it makes their eyes just way too pigmented, in my opinion. Like, it's kind of weird. The whites of their eyes are too white. It makes it look like someone has pasted googly eyes on the character models. It's just bizarre looking. And then two, when they upped the saturation and just made everything way more colorful, which looks good on like the plants and the terrain and stuff, it takes away all of the shadows of their face and the texture from their hair. So it makes it look very odd. It makes them look like Barbie dolls more than people, and it's just very off-putting. And we haven't even met the character with the worst model yet.
Be on guard. There are fiends on the road today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh? Crews of what?
What,
Oh,
you
bless
forgot
them.
that too? Hey, sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lodge in a village.
So, like you can see, like, if you compare screenshots of the PS2 version from this version, like, there's some things that look better. Like, the details on, like, the necklaces and stuff, and zippers and other little details in the clothing look a lot better in this version, because it doesn't look like it's, like, painted on their skin like it does in the PS2 version, because that's the limitation the system had. But it just makes some of the other details just disappear entirely, particularly with the hair.
Besaid village.
I'll wait for
They
this
got any
cutscene
food
to
there?
go through before I
We'll
complain
get
more.
you something over there later. Take a
I
look
could
around
complain
first.
about the models in this game for like a while.
Let's see. The Crusaders' Lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Kata are usually there. All right. Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
We could continue the charade and be like, oh, I don't know, I don't remember anything, or just be like truthful and go, I don't know no prayers. We'll just do I don't remember. I've never done this
I
one
didn't
before.
know it in the first place, to tell the truth.
Man, that's like the basics of the basics. All right, I'll show you.
God, he's got like amnesia or something like that. Just stop being mean to him and show him. Oh, hey, it's that gesture that those kids did at the beginning.
Go ahead, you try.
There you go. You kind of did it.
Hey, not bad. Okay, now go present yourself to the temple summoner.
Any blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
Oh, look at him. He's punching his hand like, yeah, I got this. Alright, now we can explore the little town. And proceed to steal shit from huts. So Besaid Island, I mean, is meant to be like a little small town. A little dinky bit of nowhere. Let's go see what's going on. We got... Oh, we're already the talk of the town. How do your pantaloons stay up, lady? Final Fantasy game, we're not going to question it. Let's go in here. Hello. Item shop. And I don't have very much money, and I probably don't need anything really at this point anyway. Oh, there's ruins of a hut. Hello. That sucks. Just had your house mowed down so many times, you're just like, fuck it. We're not gonna rebuild. We're gonna steal all his shit, though. Let's see, that triggers a cutscene, so I don't want to go in there just yet. Oh, they're weaving. Look at them go. Okay, so that seems to be the town's main industry is cloth. There you go, dude. That's generally how it works. Congratulations on discovering capitalism. Alright, that's Waka's house, I do believe. Here we go, what's sin? Okay, we're good. Here, what's Yevon? Tell me about God. We're good. Thank you, old man. At least he's patient. I went in that house already. That's Waka's house, and that's gonna trigger the next cutscene. Let's go pop in here. This is bigger than your average hut. Fixing a hole with a... Okay. That's what you're doing, dude. It doesn't look like that from here. Okay, we picked up an all-dead primer. And that one you can't even really see. I just kind of went somewhere and pushed X. Hey, isn't that, Wedge from Final Fantasy VII? How'd you get here? Hello.
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
Because I
I'm
hadn't
sorry.
felt like it.
I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir. The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have
somebody's been
chapters throughout
practicing.
Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew.
And the other
and we
dude's just
called
kind of nodding
ourselves
in
the
the background going,
Crusaders.
good,
We've been
good,
fighting
A
Sin
plus.
ever since.
What?
Gold
You've been
star for
fighting
you.
800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Sick burn. He's
Well,
just full
we've
of
steered
burns
Sin
today.
away from towns many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
Oh, he's
Does
got
seem
sick
rather
birds
bad.
too.
We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
Alright, that was slightly helpful. Anyway, this also is the inn if you would like to use it, except there's a save sphere right here which does the exact same thing as inns do. But this one has cats. Look at it. 2 little orange cats. Hello, lady. Oh, that's sad. Let's see. There's a lot more people here than there are little huts.
Go present yourself to the temple summoner before we eat, yeah?
Okay. I guess if I have to. If you insist. Yeah, I think the little arrangement of just a handful of huts is just supposed to be kind of like the video game thing where it's just representative of a small town. Like, there's probably in reality more huts or whatever. They're just not just presented because of limitations or whatever. Anyway, we're in the temple.
It was then, standing in that place. I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
So the song that's playing in the background is the Hymn to the Faith. It plays in the temple, and the lyrics sound like gibberish, but if you it actually does form Japanese words if you read it in the correct. Well, like it's one of those I forget the name of it. Not acrostic, where you read like the first letter of each line in a way. Anyway, it does as you unscramble it form sensible, make sense lyrics and words. I'll post it.
Ten years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Well, what's a High Summoner?
Oh, and everybody's like, "Oh, bless your heart."
I got too close to
See,
Sin's,
he's getting shit tons of
toxin.
mileage out of that.
It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become Summoners, who call forth entities of great power The Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
See, like if you looked kind of carefully at the end of that cutscene there, Titus was starting to do the little prayer thing too, trying to fit in. So he's not completely stupid. He's not the most book learned of all of them, but he has enough smarts about him to pretend to be, oh, I got syntoxin. Like, he would be good time traveling. He would be okay to time travel, which a lot of people call him real stupid, but he would be one of those that would kind of figure out, oh, I gotta blend in. Anyway, these are little ante rooms. There's people that study and shit here, I guess. And then if we try to go up here, this guy gets mad. Anyway, there's nothing else for us really to do in here other than harass worshippers. Which I won't do today. So if you notice, the temple is both the largest and the best maintained building on the island. Like, they prioritize its safety over actual houses and lives and shit. Anyway, let's go eat lunch. Hello.
Sorry, man. No time for lunch yet.
What?
Take a nap. You look pushed.
Bullshit.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
We can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly.
Unless his eyes are open, he's not even napping. He's just laying there. He's not even resting his eyes. Anyway, we get a little flashback.
It's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
Who cares whether he comes back or not?
But he might die.
Fine, let him.
Oof, that's harsh.
Do you hate him so?
And he nods.
You'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
That's logical, but harsh. Very, very harsh. Oh, this game. Anyway, Titus wakes up from his not nap.
Waka?
And Waka is runned off. Let's go find him. I suppose you could wander around the town, but there's really only one place you could be. See? He's right here.
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
No, he doesn't.
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
The precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care.
And he's kind of pushing it a little bit with, though, I don't understand social rules because the
Maybe
syntoxin.
this wasn't such a good idea after all.
Anyway, welcome to the Cloister of Trials. So, this is little puzzle dungeon things that we will have to go through. And since this is the first one, this one's not too terribly difficult. Sure, we'll touch it. It's also accompanied by probably some of the most annoying music in the soundtrack. And it's not just annoying because it's repetitive, it's annoying because there are times when you will get stuck. Like, really, really stuck in these stupid puzzles. You must get a sphere to go any further. Okay. Well, this spheres open the way to the Chamber of the Faith. A destruction sphere opens to hidden treasure. And for this temple, since it's a Besaid temple, we need a Besaid sphere. Okay. So, do we get anything? Removed a glyph sphere. Okay, we could carry. So, one of the main annoyances of the Cloister trial is that Titus forgets he has two hands. You only can carry one thing at a time, which I get that they did this to make this challenging. But not so much in this temple, but in other temples it makes it annoying. So we've got a pedestal stuck in a wall there. And a thingy in the wall here. So let's go back and take the sphere from the door, if it will let me. Yes. This one of the good news is that you can reuse spheres. Yes. Let's see what that does. And that opens a little door for us. Hooray. Yes, let's take that. So, there is one destruction sphere in every one of these little temple things. I gotta remember where to put it. Where does it go? And while I'm running around trying to remember, it's important to get the destruction sphere for every thing in the temple, because it's linked to a side quest. We'll just put it that way. It's linked to a side quest. Alright. Hopefully I don't have to Google anything for this one, because this temple is not... this is annoying me. Alright. Do I have to touch something? Oh yeah, touch the symbols. Alright, this wasn't too bad. Okay, so... we found the Besaid sphere. We're gonna take that out for a moment. And I'm just gonna stick it back here for a brief second. There's quite a lot of backtracking in these things too. Take it. Stick it in that hole. Yeah, so what these things do is that they open up a little place where you can go grab a treasure. And the treasures themselves aren't terrible. It's usually, from what I remember, several times it's equipment that is slightly better than what you can get. Like that Rod of Wisdom we'll probably use for a little while. And it makes a little happy noise once you've pretty much solved it. Okay. And not only are there sphere placing puzzles, there are pedestal pushing puzzles. And this is one of those is like you could face the pedestal and push it and like push buttons to try to make it move and it doesn't want to do.
It's gotten into you. Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
He apparently doesn't give a
So
shit
what
though.
about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian?
Yeah, I was about to say that is somewhat straightforward, but
Whoa!
I don't know.
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a short fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far,
I like it. He's just like,
might as well
fuck
go all
it.
the way.
Let's just go. Instead of just toting Titus out on his ear, he's just like, yeah, whatever. We're just gonna violate some sort of religious tradition.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
No, it's
It's probably just as bad as like munching on communion wafers while watching a movie.
See, I told you she gets mad easy.
And he's just like, whatever. It's fine.
Is the summoner all right?
She didn't even notice.
Are you?
There's this random that just joined and she just was so angry at Waka she didn't even notice. Something's happening apparently. She looks pretty tired, which, fair, she's been in there praying for 24 plus hours straight. Nice save, Catman. She's all sweaty and shit.
I have become a summoner.
Alright, good for you, sweetie.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
I wonder what made him think that. I mean, like, that one statue right there is an old dude, but the other statues, I mean, not an old dude. Middle-aged dude. Hold on, can't see, because camera. We're just gonna assume that one's also not an old dude.
Hey, over here!
I'm a-coming.
What? Ow!
Yes,
Wait till you
let's
see
not look
this.
in the direction that everybody
I can't
is looking
see anything.
at.
Ready?
Okay.
So that was a line that was definitely sped up. Because it takes somewhat longer to say the word okay rather than Japanese height. Anyway, she's doing something, so we'll watch. Oh, that one old dude looks nervous. And hey, it's a bird. A bird with Barbie titties. But hey, she summoned it. That's pretty cool. Oh, she's gonna pet it. Look at it. It's not biting her hand off or anything. Yeah, that is pretty exciting for this little town that probably has absolutely nothing going on.
I had never seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still, I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
Okay, so I have thought long and hard about this, and I know it's like LP tradition to name the summons silly names and stuff like that. One, I'm not very good at coming up with silly names, and two, my workflow, I like playing several videos in advance, so um, it'd be kind of actually difficult for me to let people name the summons silly names, so I'm just gonna leave them default. I know it's boring, but it is what it is. It's fine.
I remember that night we talked for the first time. I didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed. For everyone. For me.
Yeah, they're having a
Let
party,
me
it looks
introduce
like.
you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team.
It's a good thing. Their team color is also yellow.
His memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd. Come on, say hi.
Yeah, this kid's just gonna say weird shit. Don't mind him.
Hi guys. So what's our goal?
To do our best! Nope, we got a new goal now. Our new goal is victory! To win every match, defeat every opposing team, to bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
Victory? What is this concept? And it just hit me that Titus is like the opposite of every 90s and 80s kids sports movie coach.
Victory! Victory! Victory!
Because every kid's sports movie is like, yeah, do your best, have fun. Titus is like, victory! Must have victory! Anyway, let's see. Did the team need to be pumped up? Yeah, victory! Okay, that's... He's just like, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the team all along, even though I only met you this morning. They're all pretty pumped up, hyped. Like this is the first time I've ever heard this concept. Anyway, she was making eyes.
Stay away from the summoner! You're a bad man!
Judgmental much?
Lady Una, be careful.
But it was really my
She can
fault
summon a
to
big
begin
bird.
with.
She's fine.
I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
Huh?
He didn't really do anything though.
I'm sorry about that. Wasn't that...
He actually did something
wasn't I
really
not
bad.
supposed to... Guess I kind of overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
He has no idea what that is. So he's just gonna say, yeah, sure, sweetie.
Come play with me some more.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
Oh, she heard. She heard, oh, this
cute,
is this
huh?
crazy dude. So, you know, I should be like, yeah, sure. Or, nah. You know what? He's
Don't get
making
no
eyes at her.
ideas.
She's making eyes at
No
him. We're gonna
promises
be
there, big guy.
like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Hey, but what if she, like, comes on to me?
That's a fair
That's
question.
not going to happen.
It
If
might.
you get tired, let me know. I had a bed made for you.
They don't say nothing about summoners have to be celibate or some shit like that. Anyway, let's go try to talk to her
Stay
again.
away from the summoner!
Oh, this old lady gets real mad. Let's try it again.
Stay away from the summoner!
Oh my. Is there anybody else we could talk to at this little party? No. It's not
Stay
even.
away from the summoner!
There's not any food or booze or nothing, just a big fire. Which can be fun.
Ready for bed?
I reckon.
Good. Sleep tight.
I just put Titus at the inn. Because there's literally no room anywhere else in the 6 huts in the little town. Oh, we're gonna have a weird dream. Because why not? About a girl we literally met 20 minutes
Where's
ago.
that boat?
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
Hey,
He's hauling
you
ass.
said you'd go with me!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What a pickle.
I thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
He did?
Uh-oh. Even in his dreams, he's getting shut out.
Hey, stop dreaming! You with a woman? You can't even catch a ball!
Oh, jacked.
Oh, what's the matter? Gonna cry again? Cry, cry. That's the only thing you're good for.
Did I mention that Titus has daddy issues? Like, bad?
Huh? What'd you say?
Because he does.
You have to speak loudly.
I hate you!
Oh god, he's got like an angry face too.
That's the spirit.
You can do it.
And it's kind of messed up that they're like, yeah, tell your dad how much you fucking hate him.
you!
He's
Oh, God.
dead, okay? Dead.
There's poor people in the inn going, what the fuck's wrong with this kid?
He does look a lot like Chapu. I was surprised too, the first time I saw him. But no matter what he looks like, he isn't Chapu. You shouldn't have brought him here in the first place.
Yeah, but he needed our help.
Excuses again?
Yeah, but
That's it. No more. Enough, Waka.
Oh, Waka's in trouble.
Scary. So, who's Chapu?
my little brother, Chapu. He looked like you.
He's dead?
Well,
He
yeah,
was with
that's
the
kind of
Crusaders
obvious.
when they fought Sin last year. He didn't make it. I first heard on the day of the tournament.
Oh, so that's why.
Okay, yeah, he has a good excuse
I
for
became a guardian
not playing
to fight
sports
Sin.
ball.
Yeah,
Revenge, then?
that was the idea. I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, after the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full time. I know it kind of looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
Don't worry. I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... Thanks, Waka.
Yeah, that's fair. Waka's the first person that was
Stop.
nice to him
You're
without any
embarrassing me.
kind of ulterior motive whatsoever. He was nice just to be nice. Anyway, sleepy time. And we're going to save because I haven't saved in a minute. Hey, it's a new day.
Hey, sleepyhead. Something I want to give you.
Whoa! You're giving this to me?
That's pretty
Yeah,
badass.
use it well.
That's the sword you gave Chapu.
Well, he never used it.
Awkward.
Where's Yuna?
We're taking the same boat as Yuna, right? Why do we gotta wait here?
Yuna came to this village 10 years ago, when the last calm started.
The calm?
Since then, she's been like a little sister to me and Lulu. But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together.
And she's bringing a big-ass suitcase.
You really don't need all that luggage.
They're not really my things. They're gifts for the temples we're to visit.
This isn't a vacation, Yuna.
I guess you're right.
And she's just gonna leave it there?
Okay, off we go.
So while Yuna's praying, I'm gonna complain again about character models. Yuna's in particular looks incredibly dead-eyed. Like, every time I look at her, it's just like, oh, that's old Deadeyes right there. Anyway, we're gonna get some tutorial battles, but I'm gonna complain some more. So,
Why don't you try out that sword I gave you?
sure, why not?
No problem.
Not too shabby. You kept up with him pretty well. Might make a good guardian someday.
How nice.
A flyer! My kind of customer.
Anyway, I'd lost my train of thought a minute. Yuna. So, in case you didn't notice, Yuna has heterochromia. So her eyes are, one eye's blue and one eye's green. And it was done that way because the original PS2 lights were, there was two lights on the front where one light was blue and one light was green. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cute. She's got PS2 eyes. But for whatever reason, the way that they did her eyes in particular with the HD character model, it makes them look real dead. Like I had mentioned, like the whatever shades they use for like Titus and Waka in particular, like it's just googly eyes. It makes it look like she's got googly eyes on. It just doesn't fit with the rest of her face.
That looks like trouble.
Anyway, we're gonna get tutorial battles as we go along. This is a magic tutorial. And oops.
Only magic can beat that thing. If you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
Magic? Element?
Let's have our black mage show you what I mean. Lou, you're up.
Clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm here.
So elements, there are
Ice work well against fire
4
fiends,
elements,
and ice fiends are weak against
and this
fire
is
magic.
explaining what it does.
You follow?
I get fire and ice, but what about lightning and water?
Lightning and water are opposed.
Titus
just
never
like
played
fire and ice.
Pokemon.
This one here is a water fiend, which means
And yes, it is possible to choose the wrong option, and you do get some funny lines doing that. So, let me complain about character models some more while we're not moving. So, Lulu looks kind of the least bad, in my opinion. It has nothing to do with her being a big titty goth girlfriend. It has to do with her eye color already matches kind of harmoniously in with the rest of her face. And so when they upgraded it to the HD, how do I explain this? It didn't look as bad. Whereas when they picked these oversaturated colors for Yuna's eyes, it just looks googly-eyed. It's kind of hard to explain without going into like hours of color theory and like skin tone and like stuff. If you're into
Take your
makeup, you
time.
probably understand like cool tones and saturation and all that other shit. They changed Yuna's hair color too. Her original hair color is more of a
Let's get
softer
going,
mousy
man.
brown,
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
and they made her much darker,
Alright.
which makes
You ready?
everything just look worse. Titus and Wonka get kind of the same
What's
thing
going
where
on?
they're both a lot more tanned than they originally were. And we missed that cutscene completely. She kind of like had a moment.
It's an ancient custom. People leaving the island pray here for a safe trip. Chapu didn't pray that day. Said he'd miss his boat.
Well, sounds like an omen to me. Everybody else is praying. Might as well just pray. It's not gonna hurt nothing.
That should do it.
Okay. Okay. Nope. I'm gonna forever until I get used to the controls again. Let's sphere grid. I could sphere grid a little bit. Can't sphere grid anybody else yet. So we got a little bit more defense. Anyway, I'm gonna complain a little bit more because I can. It's my LP. So, as I was saying, if you're into makeup and you understand kind of the concepts of like warm and cool and saturation versus like mutedness and stuff like that, you can kind of understand what went wrong in all of this. So we're just going to go back to Yuna because I complain about her the most. Originally, Yuna's overall coloring is very, very soft. And when you add in these oversaturated eyes, it just like it makes it look so googly eyed, and I hate it. I hate it so much. It just makes it look unharmonious and just makes it stick out like a sore thumb. That's why Lulu looks a little less bad because her coloring is already very, very saturated with the pale skin and the dark hair and the darker eyes. That's why she looks good in the purple lipstick. But anyway, I digress. We're gonna fight a Catman. And he hates us for, I don't know, reasons. I mean, I guess you could do actual, like, skills and stuff, but we just gotta bop him with the sword a few times. Oh, you're real mad. Alright, let's see if I can actually overdrive. Nope. For some reason, the damn PS5 controller does not like it. I maybe ought to use a potion or I might actually die in the tutorial section.
That's enough.
What's with that guy?
Kimari Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the fiend's way of fighting.
AKA his blue
That's
mage.
not what I meant.
He's another Yuna's guardians.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kumari doesn't talk much anymore.
See, look at that. Dead ass eyes.
But he has protected me since I was a child.
I think it has too to with the placement of the little highlight thing on her eyes. It's just dead ass eyes. Anyway, does it? Nobody else has spears. That's okay. We'll develop Titus a little bit more. Got a little bit more strength, hooray. And then obviously auto-equip that sword we got. So, fun fact, that sword, the original concept behind it was that Titus would fill it with water and make it hard. And someone wisely decided to not put that in the final game. Someone said, you know what, let's stop. That's not the greatest of ideas, let's stop. Anyway, we got a big bird, bat, lizard thing.
That's your department, right?
True, but, why don't we let our summoner show us what she's made of?
Okay, so this is one of the coolest, most interesting parts of the battle system. So, you can swap characters in and out of battle. So, let's swap with Yuna. So, you're toting your whole party with you.
Battle. Let's see some style.
Show
And
us what your training has taught you.
every other Final Fantasy game up to this point, you've basically picked your party and that's it. In 10, you can pick your front line and swap them in and out as you want. So we're going to summon. Summoning is also very, very different than it used to be. So up until 10, summons were just like a spell where they would just come in and do their thing and skedaddle. So summons in 10, they replace your party. And it's kind of like a Pokemon battle, where you give your summon commands to do things. And each summon has attack. Most of them will come with some other, like, magic and stuff. They can't use items. They all come with this unique ability. And in this one's case, it's Sonic Wings, which attacks and causes a delay, which is useful. Another thing about the Aeons is that they automatically come with Sensor, which will let you know how much HP and weaknesses and all their stuff enemies have. And then their Overdrive goes up both when they take damage and when they attack things. We're gonna just attack, why not? And let's shoot with some magic too, why not? This is the tutorial. So as you can see too, summons, or Aeons, or whatever we call them, has their own HP and MP. So it can be advantageous to call them in to be a meat shield, essentially. Which I don't think other games other than 8 had let you use your summons as like a meat shield, essentially. And this thing will not die. And it died. Finally. Yay! And the summons get a little victory dance too. It's cute. So one thing about the whole character switching thing is that I don't know why I did that. Your characters only get AP if they actually participate in the battle. So it can be advantageous to swap them in and bop them with the weapon real quick and then swap them back out.
Another one of those. No problem. Leave this one to me, huh? Say goodnight, birdie.
So this is about status effects. And that's one of Wakka's things, is he can do status effects. That's a lot of his abilities in his section will get him status effects. Statuses are actually somewhat useful in 10. A lot of times they're just a waste of time. But the status effects in 10 actually are pretty useful for the most part. So Yuna, in addition to being the summoner, is also the healing. I kind of want her to do something though, so we'll just bop and get her out of here. So this initial skill of Wakka's, the dark attack, will Blind the enemy for 3 turns. And it's pretty reliable. If the enemy is weak to that particular status, it will be that status. He does get other abilities to cause other statuses, and there are other abilities that have a better rate of effect, but they only last 1 turn. Let's do Thunder. Maybe flying things are weak to Thunder. Oh, maybe they are. I don't know. God, Lulu's little victory thing is so creepy. I get it, it's for the fanboys, and it is what it is because of the era this game was made in, but I don't have to like it. Anyway, let's figure grid with some others. So, as I mentioned, Waka's has, actually his path goes this way, has the various status effect type attacks, also lots of accuracy. That's his other thing, is because he's the one you use against birds and shit like that. Flyers are his customer. He's got lots and lots of accuracy. I think probably what I will do with him is also take him in his original direction for the most part. Let's go this way. Can we use something? So while we're in here, so these different spheres will activate different nodes, and it tells you which one it is. Ability is obviously for abilities. Powers for strength and defense and HP. Mana is for your magic defense and MP. And speed is for basically most everything else. Agility, accuracy, and evasion. There are spheres you can get later that will help you fill in these empties, but we're not quite there yet. Alright, Yuna. So she starts out with some basic curative magic. We could go ahead and teach her that right now. So these extract bladdy-blahs are abilities that were added in for the international / HD versions. That's alright. We'll learn it while I can, because eventually at some point ability spheres will become hard to come by. They start dropping less and less and less as time goes on. But what am I gonna say? So Yuna's little section in the original grid and her path here have all of your healing magics, like your Cure and Curaga and all that stuff, along with like Protect and Shell and all the other fun stuff. It is advantageous to also take her down Lulu's path so she can do all your attack magics. And another thing about Yuna is that her stats will affect the Aeon's stats. So it is also somewhat advantageous to take her places where she's going to learn more strength and defense and all that stuff, because it's going to beef up the Aeons. Probably what I will be doing with her is taking her mostly through her original path, and there's some places later on that it will intersect with Lulu's, and I will be teaching her some of Lulu's crap as well. Probably not taking her over here to learn the basic magic, since that's kind of worthless. I may take her up here at first to learn Lancet, which is an ability that Kimahri starts with. We're just going to spoil it. Kimahri starts with this ability. It will allow you to siphon off HP and, most importantly, MP. So I think I may take her on a brief detour up this way. And plus, it's not going to hurt for her to have a little bit more magic. While I'm in here, Lulu. So, as mentioned, she's the Black Mage. She's got all your attack magics. So all your elemental spells, things like Bio and Flare and all other, your traditional Final Fantasy stuff. The only one that's not in her section in the standard grid is Ultima. It's in the very, very center of the sphere grid. But honestly, I've never really used Ultima. There's a lot more by the time you get to that point, there's stuff that's way more useful. I think what I may do with her as well when I get to that point is take her up here to Lancet for the MP, and then take her back on her path. And there will be some times where I will take her down Yuna's as well. But yeah, y'all see when I get there, it's fine. Anyway, we're gonna go through this Sade, the waterfall. So this is the battle where we're like all putting it all together. So Titus is weak against these little wolf things, or strong against the. He could attack the wolf things good. Walker can get the bird thing, and then we're going to blast the water thing with thunder magic. Hooray! I paid attention. Dun 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 dun. I didn't need to see jiggle physics. Jesus Christ, perverts. I really like Besaid Island. It's very, very pretty. A lot of this game was inspired by Southeast Asia. As mentioned, Okinawa in particular. Titus's name comes from, as I mentioned, the Okinawan word for sun. Yuna actually comes from the Okinawan word for moon. It's spelled with 2 U's in the original Japanese, actually. And there's some other things we'll see. Mostly of, like, character costumes and things of that nature, where it's very, very inspired by islands and stuff like that. We're going to stop here, actually. Let me save the game. Save, save, save. Alright, we're going to end the episode here. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see you next time.